Well, top of the hour, let's begin with that as the US President Donald Trump has reiterated his warning to the BRICS nations. He says that these nations will have to pay additional 10% tariff irrespective of their relations with United States of America, as he says that their actions will hurt the dollar. According to the US President, the dollar is the king and any anti-American policies that hurt the US economy will not be tolerated. Additional 10% now tariff will now be levied on the BRICS nations.
That's right, they have to pay 10% if they're in BRICS. Because BRICS was set up to hurt us. BRICS was set up to degenerate our dollar and take our dollar as the standard, take it off as the standard. And that's okay if they want to play that game, but I can play that game too. So anybody that's in BRICS is getting a 10% charge.
Well, as Donald Trump is now concerned, he's been saying that he would announce something trade-related with at least 7 countries, while additional countries will be named in the afternoon. In a message that he posted on a social media platform, where Donald Trump has revealed plans to name a minimum of 7 countries and a new trade-related development. Now, we've already seen, as far as the first list is concerned, that had featured 14 countries, excluding India, the tariffs that range from 25% to a steep 40%. And now it seems that the list would continue as far as the 1st of August deadline is now concerned. That is now been extended. But this has been a development with regards to the tariff war that has been escalating. And of course, as far as the trade deal is also concerned with 7 nations, Donald Trump says that prepare for more letters amid the tariff row. Let's get in a word from Srinjoy now. Srinjoy, good morning. 2 accounts that we are speaking mainly of Donald Trump here. Of course, what he calls BRICS as anti-American and calls dollar as the king. He says that the countries would have to face consequences irrespective of their relations with the United States. And of course, when it comes to the trade deal and the trade tariff war, that continues on behalf of the United States.
Well, there are 2 things here. First, India is doing a trade deal with America, and that could happen before the 1st of August. But India is also a member of the BRICS. So, does Donald Trump see the trade deal as the big one, or does he see India's membership in BRICS as the big one? These are 2 separate issues. So, India believes that whether India is part of BRICS or SCO or any organization, a trade deal is a bilateral thing, and that's particularly important. So regardless of where India is, America has to look at the trade deal and how America sees a trade deal with India independent of everything else. Shouldn't that be the case?
Well, that would have been the case because India has already said that Indian interests are something that would be kept as top priority. Deadline doesn't matter, but Indian interests should be kept at the top. However, Donald Trump, who had earlier said that the United States is closed when it comes to finalizing a trade deal with India, but this move seems to be a part of a larger effort to change global trade ties and use tariffs as a tool to increase US influence. Now, when we speak of SAO, Srinjoy, and BRICS, because here is a common factor, which is China. Now, as far as Chinese deal is concerned with the United States, here has been quite optimism and positive ideas that have been shared by Donald Trump himself. So as far as the 10% additional tariff levies that he's been speaking of, irrespective of their relations with the United States, how does it play out geopolitically?
Well, the Chinese are the world's largest exporters, and America is the world's largest importer. Now, at this point, does America have anything, any other country which can export to it all the stuff that China sends at a cheaper price? Question 1. Question 2, do the Americans, that is the American people, are they happy enough to pay extra money for all goods that are being imported from China? Or is any other country capable of producing all those goods and sending it to America at a cheaper price? The answer is probably no. So if that is so, Americans, because of if there is a higher tariff on Chinese goods, will have to pay a higher price. Now, not only will that cause disquiet in America, it may also lead to inflation.
Yes.
So far, Trump has been very lucky. The economy has done well, inflation is down, all those things, even the Iran gambit has worked.
Well, that could create a lot of volatility as far as in the markets are also concerned. But as far as the tariff letters are concerned, he's been saying that they were sent to leaders of at least 14 countries. More are expected, and he's explained that his new tariff plans in them and saying that the rates could go up and down depending on how each country's relationship with the US develops. Srinjoy, please to continue to be with us, because now we have to speak on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. As far as on terrorism is concerned, Prime